Hey everybody, this is going to be a video tutorial to teach you how to use Microsoft PowerPoint to record a video of you giving the PowerPoint presentation. That way you can export that video to YouTube, you can export it to Google Drive or to Edsby or wherever you want it to go. That way the students can just download or view a video on any platform that they want or that you want them to. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is to open up your PowerPoint. For this example, I will just be deleting a bunch of slides. You do want your presentations to be relatively short so your recording doesn't get really long. I did a 10-minute recording for one of my classes, which ended up being 130 megabytes, which is a fairly large file both to upload and for the students to either download if that's what you want them to do or to have to stream through YouTube. So do your best to keep your presentations concise would be my advice. Now the way that this works is you essentially record an audio / video, like you record for each slide individually. You can do it all in one big shot, but then if you make a mistake you kind of have to start over. So my recommendation is do it slide by slide. And so the way that you do that is you pick whatever slide it is that you want to do your recording for, and across the top here go to the slideshow tab and press the record slideshow button. Okay, you press the down arrow, select record from current slide. You press that, you'll get an option. You do want to make sure that the default settings are selected, that your slide and animation timings will be recorded, as well as your narrations, ink, and your laser pointer. And then you press start recording. Once you start doing that, you get this thing appearing in the top. That is just telling you how long you're taking on that slide. And it's just there to let you know, hey, by the way, you are recording. Okay, and when you get done whatever it is that you want to say for this slide, then you can you can either go to the next slide and start that recording there, or what I like to do for clarity is I close this and then the recording's done on this slide. And I know that it's done because I get this speaker icon down here, and when I hover over it you can see that I get this slider thing here, so I can preview what's
Once you
actually
start
been said
doing
on the
that, you
slide.
get
this thing appearing in the top like that, which is just going to be whatever I said before. Now the important thing I think, or the benefit to this, is being able to time how long your bullet points are up on the screen. So if you don't do any of this and you just export it as a video, the default is each slide will last 5 seconds, which is not enough time, especially if you've got either a lot of information or a lot of bullet points, because if you've got 15 bullet points on one slide, each bullet point is going to go through at 1/3 of a second. So you do, it's important to make sure that you get your timing done. So for this one, I've got a couple different points that have, or different things that have animation. So when I do record for this slide and start recording, it starts off as a blank slide like I would expect, and then we can have this discussion if it was in a class, or I can just introduce what this question is and what I'm looking for, and then whenever I decide to, press the mouse button, press the arrow key, and the next thing appears. And then I can talk about that point, press it again, and that was a setup for a joke, and then that transitions into the next slide, and I get to set that timing there. Okay, and then when I'm done, again, hit the close button, go to the next slide, and this will be the next slide, and I can start recording this one as well, start the recording. And again, this is more just information, obviously, for my class, and you can do whatever you want here backwards and forwards, and it will track all of that timing for you. And yeah, so that allows you to make sure you're highlighting different things. So you say something here, oh, I need to repeat something, go back and highlight it again, or whatever it is that you want, but it will record whatever your timings are. And you'll notice up here, that's the total time that your PowerPoint has taken, and this is time on the slide. Okay, and you're done. When you are done, rather, you hit the X, and you'll see that in all of these slides, the bottom corners here, here, and here, I've got that little speaker icon, so everything has some sort of timing and voice over on it. And now, rather than saving it, you go to File, Export, and you will export under here. You will select the Create a Video option. My recommendation is to choose the smallest file size you can, because you do not want these to be large files. So for me, that's standard here, and I will use recorded timings and narrations, because you just spend all that time setting that up. You kind of want to include that in there. Yeah, so, and you can see here seconds spent on each slide. That's the default if there's no automatic voice recording or anything like that there. So what you can do is leave your title slides, don't do any voiceover on those title slides, and they will just last for 5 seconds and then move on to the next recorded thing. And you select create video. Save as file type, you will want to select this MPEG-4 video file. Save as that file type. It's an MP4. Almost all computers will be able to open that, and go to wherever you want to save it, and you save it this usual way. Save as test, save as file type, and press save. And then down here you'll see create video test.mp4. That's how long it takes for it to completely export. And while it's doing that, if on your computer you may notice a slight difference. My computer, I don't have it set up to record my face as I'm talking and doing this, but on a lot of computers, if you record slideshow, in addition to having your slide up here, there will also be a little windowed version of you. That way your webcam's capturing you talking as you're talking and give it more of a personal feel. I don't have that set up on my computer as of right now. I probably will at some point, but right now, and it's not really that important. So for the purposes of this video, but the video is done exporting now, so I can close out of this, do not save. And you will notice here, test.mp4, and this is the PowerPoint. Once you start doing that, you get this thing appearing in the top. Yeah, and this is exactly everything that we recorded. So over here, you can hopefully see that I go back and forth a whole bunch of times through those points, and that's just me talking and talking and talking. Okay, and there you have your MP4. You can now upload that wherever you want it to go. And yeah, I hope you found this tutorial helpful.